everyone. This is Michael with FoodHealing.org. I wanted to share with you guys again today something different. I woke up today, had a little bit of a headache, some shoulder tension, and felt like it might be a good day for a little bit of detoxing and kind of getting on my getting ready for fall program. Especially because right now there's a lot of people that are dealing with allergies and things like this, and so it can be helpful to look at what can we do for decreasing inflammation and liver detoxification. So we made a tonic today. This one is a mixture of very simple ingredients, most of which are easily obtained. Starting out with freshly coursed ginger. So we take a piece of ginger about 2 inches long, and we shred that into a, not fine, but into a coursed ginger pulp, and we put that in our tea mixture. And you can add as much or as little water as you want. Originally, I've been drinking this, so originally it was much fuller. But in any event, a couple cups of water would be fine. So we shred that up, about a 2-inch piece, and the thought behind ginger, I'm going to do a video on ginger at some point. I'll do a video on each of these little items periodically as we go, but I wanted to give little tidbits on each thing. And ginger has a lot of different effects. It can be great for digestion. It's also great for anti-inflammatory. I use it for headaches a lot, especially taking it just as a whole ginger root and grinding it up in the blender with some water, and it's rough, but when you do it, it's very effective. Also making ginger tea, where you brew it for a very long time, making a decoction, can be very anti-inflammatory. But in this case, we're using a small amount, and the idea was some anti-inflammatory, some pain relief, that kind of a thing. Again, in my case, for the headache. But it's also, good for nausea and a whole bunch of other reasons. So that was the first piece. Then Schizandra. I use organic Chiangmai Mountain Schizandra from Dragon Herbs, available at FoodHealing.org, just so you know. It's a raw herb. They're like little dried pellets almost, is what they would look like to you. And Schizandra is a very special herb, so I'll share a lot about that at another time when I go into it. But so for the purpose of this video, Schizandra, I used about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup, and its main functions are liver detoxification and support, and adrenal support as well. It has a cleansing effect for the liver. So again, how I started in this whole video in the first place, what was my goals? It's an adaptogenic herb, and in doing that, it means that it's double direction. So if you need something to be higher, it'll go higher. If you need it to go lower, it'll go lower. Schizandra is, again, a very special herb, so I don't want to disservice it by just giving some of these simplicity things and not giving you enough of the details, but I also don't want to just brush over it too much. So again, really great for adrenal support, really great for liver support. It's adaptogenic. It helps to balance the hormones, right? Who doesn't need some of that, right? Especially with our day-to-day life. It has an immune boosting effect. Good time of season to be working on that. When I go into it singly, I'll go more into the Chinese herbal effect of it and the reasons for it, the taste and the flavors and all that. So we'll go back into that at a later time. But so again, a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup. Then dandelion tea. Now I used a tea bag of dandelion tea, and this time we used a traditional medicinals tea bag. Dandelion tea, it's another one of those simple to obtain, highly effective. You can use dandelion root. In fact, we have that, but the goal was to do it kind of quickly. And dandelion root, you have to make a decoction, sorry. And in doing so, you got to boil that for at least 20 minutes, to really draw out what you're looking for. And so by having the tea bag, it's a lot simpler, it's faster, you can just work with it. But some of the functions there, again, are liver detoxification. There's so many uses. Again, muscle aches, skin health. It's very high in vitamin A. It's also reasonably high in vitamin K. So it can help with bone health and multitude of different things. If you look up dandelion, again, I'll do a video later, but dandelion has tons of uses, real simple herb. And then the other item that I put, this is the last item, I put Golden Buddha Southern Cloud tea. A friend of mine has sourced this out, and we have it available, but I could also direct you elsewhere for it. This particular tea, it's a black tea. There's a lot of benefits to certain types of black teas. I'm not real big on black teas generally. However, this one's very tasty, and the thought behind it was we just used a small amount, and the thought behind it was a little bit of caffeine can help shift the direction of a headache. And again, my purpose today not only was for getting into the next rhythm of the season, but also to relieve a headache. And so it's very effective. It's also rich in theanine, which has a ton of properties as well. I'll go deeper into that. Again, another herb that I want to spend a little bit of time on. But my primary reason for that was the caffeine. It's a tasty tea if you like black teas to sip on. It's very clean, very well sourced. My friend sources it directly himself. So that's it. So in a nutshell, I've let it steep for a while. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Okay. You can see the schizandra berries floating on top. If I swing this around a little bit, maybe we can get some of the activity. There you go. So you see how the ginger's in there. It's very, very quite well done and tasty. Now I've already been having some of this, but I'll pour it out, get a nice good steeping hot glass, and the flavor that you end up with, schizandra is very powerful of a flavor, but it's kind of like sweet and bitter and balanced because there's not an over effectiveness of any one thing. If there was going to be, it would be the schizandra, which you can't go wrong with. So thank you again for tuning in. Please like our page here, subscribe, help me boost this up and keep these videos going. We'll get more and more in depth, and visit www.FoodHealing.org. Again, www.FoodHealing.org for all your hand-picked super tonics, herbs, supplements, all the best in the world. So thank you very much. Have a great day.